Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome back or welcome to my channel. This week we have my usual plan with me from the week of January 23rd to the 29th, and I'm using this SPC kit called Frozen Woods, and this was my art. The winter version of my Rings of Power Golden Woods art, although I'm just using it as a ordinary winter fantasy collection this week. I just think it was really pretty and I was so excited to use it for winter. Just something a bit darker, more jewel toned. I am using it sparkly, chunky sparkly hollow, and I have these quotes from Planet Choco. I think I actually used two of those, but I'm using a Caress Press foil bundle in the chunky, like shattered hollow snowflake. So pretty. Of course, my new filming setup does not show the hollow anymore, but it's so sparkly. I have it here in front of me, and it is so pretty. But yeah, so that is what we're going to be doing for this week. And what to say about this week? Let me have a look. Well, the week didn't start off great because technically it was Sunday night, Monday morning, I threw up. I was throwing up due to pain, due to a whole thing. And I know I should probably bring this up with my doctor, but Anyway, it very rarely happens, but I know why the pain happens, and it's just so painful, it makes me throw up. It's kind of nuts. And in fact, it was made worse this time because I was like, okay, I've got the pain, I'm gonna get painkillers. So I took painkillers, and then TMI, I'm like Audrey here, but then I needed to poop. And that made the pain even worse, and then I threw up. I'm like, well, I just threw up my dang painkiller. So I had to have another, and I hate that because you never really know, and I don't want to have too many painkillers, you know. We're starting off this plan with me right. Am I right? Anyway, I am fine. I don't know. It's a purely physical weird thing. Anyway, I just had to put that in my planners, like, why me? Because I was a little zombie because I was up late, and it sucked. So a lot of this week was, what was it? I was supposed to be working, and I did get some work by Sunday night and a little bit on Wednesday, but otherwise not a lot of work again for this week. I'll be trying, guys. I think because I did work really well through December and then the start of Jan, and then I just needed a little rest. I'm still good with like my schedule, just trying to do things a bit slower. I really don't need to like keep my schedule as much as possible, as tight as I do, but I'm trying to make money, you know. It really sucks when you don't have money and you have all these expenses. I feel like if I didn't have to, it wasn't compulsory to pay entrepreneur's insurance, I wouldn't, even though I know it pays out to retirement and it pays out to public health and whatnot, so I can take sick days and things, but I never do that. I don't know. It's just a really annoying monthly payment that I have to make by law, so that's fun. I just wish it wasn't so expensive. Like, it's 400 euros a month for this insurance. But the thing is, it's so high because it's paying, I have kept it, I can make it lower if I want, although they're kind of reforming that. I can make it lower, but then I have less in my retirement, right? And I don't even know about any of that. I don't know how to collect that when I'm old. Like, what if I move countries again? I don't know. Can you tell that I was up until 4 a.m. last night having existential thoughts about life and about what the heck is happening and like, why am I alive? I'm just feeling this way at the moment. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to be real. I very often think, what is the point of everything? I'm really feeling it at the moment. I just don't know what I'm doing. This all feels very silly. I don't know. All feels kind of pointless at the moment. I was up all late last night, just can't sleep. But whatever. This week is sort of leading up to that. It's probably because I haven't slept well. We've been having construction downstairs, which has been super loud. I really hope they finish this pharmacy soon. Like, come on, guys. How long does it take to build a pharmacy? Lark said they look down there and they're going to be ages still. I'm like, why? But they don't even do it every day. It's only select days, and they start at like 7 a.m. and they'll even go until past 5 p.m. It's like, what are the working hours for these construction dudes? Like, what's happening here? Whatevs. Anyway, it just sucks because otherwise our apartment is like dead silent. Like, that's like the thing, even with Helsinki, it's quiet. There's just something about Finnish nature silence here, even in the city. Like, sometimes we can have our door open like to the outside and it'll just be dead silent. Like, I feel like I can't talk because everyone will be able to hear me in the whole entire area because it's so quiet. Even with the tram line out front, it's crazy. So to have the construction has been not very nice, but oh well. Well, we got to the Monday. We got to the day by day. There you go. I'm also currently filming a studio vlog. This is the third day of it. The third and last day. So maybe that's just made me go nuts. But yeah, I don't know, you guys. Maybe it's just that time of the year. I mean, I don't get... winter doesn't really affect me seasonally, so I don't know. I'm just feeling it. I'm in my feels today. So first, obviously, we always put Coffee Monday. And then my videos, I'm using the little thing icons from the Caress Press bundle, and I'm putting on that I had a wax haul on Monday. I think this was both wax hauls were my Andrea D stashes. So it's always fun to see what Andrea sends me. Then I just put the Pukey Why Me with the little zombie munchkin. And then we had fat ramen for lunch. You also see that we don't have too many food deliveries this week, which has been great. We've really been sticking with cooking food. And a large part to that is because of our air fryer. We cook everything in our air fryer. Like, we've barely had our oven on this whole time since we got the air fryer before Christmas. Like, we're obsessed. We love it so much. We make everything in there. You can cook chicken in there. You can cook sausages in there. You can cook, like, open sandwiches, which we love, which we call doorstops. I talked about in my last Plow With Me, I think. We cook grilled cheese in there. Like, everything. And it's so delicious. The only thing I've turned my oven on is to pre-bake a whole bunch of potatoes, because the whole baked potato didn't really come out in the air fryer. I'll be honest, that was the one thing. They're better in a normal oven, but then with our leftovers, because we just pre-cooked all our potatoes, and we'll just reheat them to have with meals on the side, but then one of them, we just cut all the rest of them up into wedges and air fried those. Delicious. And then I just had a YouTube binge. We cooked tacos. We don't cook tacos in the air fryer. But they were good. And I think we cooked tacos twice this week because we had a grocery shop in the middle. So we had tacos, and then I played Animal Crossing. Then I had the other wax haul go up. I just used the birthday cake icon. There aren't as many usable tiny icons in Caress Press's foil bundles, which is fine because I think they're really cute. I really like the icon quality. But for videos, not so much. So I used the birthday cake for a wax haul, but this birthday cake wax, right? And then we had bastard burger for lunch because we felt like it. We've been good little babies. So we got a delicious burger and onion rings. And then Happy Mail came in. Oh yeah, that was my my US delivery. So I filmed that whole. Got that all filmed up. I got a voiceover done for Wednesday. And then I cleaned everything. So I think it was Sunday before. Did that happen during this week? I'm having a look. No, I think this is the day. Okay, clean everything was this day. I mopped the bathroom, the kitchen, and the rest of the floors. I mopped everything, and I was super proud of myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna freaking do it. I'm gonna mop. And then you'll see on Sunday I have cleaned everything again because I had to mop again because Heidi's like, it's time to scoot. She's just, she'll go months without scooting and then suddenly she'll just freak out in the litter and then get poop all over her. They're called knickerbockers officially, but they're also like just big fluffy pantaloons. You know the fluff on the back of their legs and butt? She has a lot of it. And she gets poop in it and then she scoots all around the house. And then this time it was like really caked in. So we sprayed it with water to like get it like washed out, and so then she could easier clean herself. And then of course she just ran everywhere dripping brown water all over the kitchen floor and stuff. I'm like, oh my god. So I had to quickly break out the steam mop and get mopping again. But now we have extra clean floors, am I right? Oh my god. Pets having a cat, why? And then I just put organized stickers at the end because I put everything away from my hole. On Wednesday, we're going to be marking our plan with me. These ones that go up every week. And then I did a quick makeup look because I was going to film with my new, I was going to film my wax haul. So finished that up. It was combined wax haul that was put up this Tuesday or yesterday, I guess, if you're watching this now. The day it goes up, I finished that up with my second clip, so it's a combined wax haul. And I did a little makeup this time for it because the first clip I had no makeup on. So this time I did, but now looking at it, and I used my new tripod, which is like a ring light tripod, so now it looks a lot better. But then I noticed that like my eyebrow powder is nothing like my hair, so I need to change that up again. I'm relearning makeup and doing it very publicly, which is sad, but makeup has always been hard for me because it just was, we didn't get beauty YouTube until I was in my 20s, So I still spent my whole teenage years not knowing how to do stuff at all. And my mom was never a big makeup person. She just had a usual look for work, so yeah. But anyway, I tried, but I did the makeup look and then I filmed, which I'm waiting for a sticker from Scribble Prints Co to come in the mail. The vlogging one to mark there because I want to use as many as I can. Then our groceries were delivered, so I just used grocery shopping, because it was easier to fit that in. And then I had to pick up mail at the post office, so I walked to Postie. And oh my god, so this day, I didn't realize I looked at the news after I came home and it said that the day was a warning for pedestrian safety because it was so icy and slippery, and it was. I walked over so much ice, it was so scary. But there were a lot of other people going to post office, so I kind of just followed their footsteps. And then the next day, all the ice melted, which, typical. But then I was reading my book and I did some work on my art stuff. I was reading the second book of the Broken Sky trilogy by N.K. Jemisin, The Obelisk Gate. And I think I finish it I finish it on this Thursday. So first of all, I marked construction and being super tired. It really seems to be a lot on like Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't know if they're just doing like in between days for for construction work. But yeah, it starts at 7 a.m. so it absolutely kills me, because even if I sleep, go to bed early, like even 8 p.m. if I fall asleep, I will not get up at 7 a.m. No. I sleep for hours, my friends. So construction, but then I was able to do some filming. I don't remember what filming. Some filming. Oh, I think this was the day Locke was at work, maybe, because they had to do some interviews for people to join their team. So I was filming like my talking videos, like Feb Kits and Feb Monthly, which are all coming out at the time around now. So I was able to get those done. And then I put chop wax, because I chopped some wax up. I did my I did my January empties and Feb melting basket, which will be coming up soon too. And I chopped up the wax that I needed to chop up for my February basket, so I could just pull from it all month long. Easy peasy. And then I just put that I edited those videos. And then I'm just going to put here that I washed clothes. Yeah, specifically washed clothes with the script that I have. And then I just did a big YouTube binge, just catching up on YouTube. I think I got into some movie essay stuff. I love watching movie essays. And seeing how people talk about movies on YouTube. So I was watching some of those. I think it was like an hour-long one about the Matrix, the new Matrix films. Is it Revelations or something? No, I can't. Resurrections. That's the new Matrix, which I really enjoyed. But it was an hour-long thing about that, and that was great. And then I just used this fairy tale book sticker because I thought it really went with the spread. For Papershire, and I've been wanting to use more of her decorative reading stickers, and I just marked that I finished the Obelisk Gate this day. And that was good. So the next day you'll see me start on the third book, The Stone Sky, which I'm still working on. But no, I think it's going to be the next week after that I finish it. Still got like 10 hours to go or something. So we'll see. And then so that was my Thursday. Locke was at work for most of the day, and so I got a bunch of talk filming done. I just really have those days where I just want to film, like I want to do YouTube stuff. I don't feel like working. YouTube is like my hobby, really. Like my main I want to do stuff hobby. And then Friday, my sticker haul went up that I filmed on Tuesday, got it all done. And then we had an IKEA delivery, so we ordered it on like Wednesday or Thursday and booked it for Friday. And then the big square one will be for building that furniture. But basically, because we got a standing desk leg attachment for Locke's desk, we had these legs left over from IKEA. And we were using like this old recycled thrifted table for our little computer table in the living room. And we decided it's old and grungy, so we put that out on our balcony for doing stuff on the balcony. And we got a new tabletop from IKEA to go with those legs. And it's much smaller and thinner to house our little computer set up in the living room. We have we joke it's our family computer. It's like both of us can like game there, and my gaming laptop's attached to it and blah blah blah. But so now that has a much smaller, skinnier table, because it's kind of in it was kind of in a hallway between Locke's office. So that's all set up and nice. So we were able to reuse those legs from Locke's table. And then we also got a third bookshelf. We have two brimless bookshelves, which has like shelves, and then at the bottom has two drawers, which is great for storage. But there was room on the wall to have like a third one. So we got a third one, and we have so much more room for activities now. And I was able to reorganize my wax across two drawers instead of just one. And I bought a whole bunch of little bins called Kuggus or Kuggus from IKEA too, to organize all of my wax into different themes. Well, I did like to summer. I did summer fruity, summer cakey bakery. I got cold bakery, warm bakery. I got winter, I got autumn, I got Christmas. I got anytime. Yeah. So I really organized my wax up. I know I filmed myself organizing it. It's not the best footage, but I need to like do some extra filming to really complete that video. But I built it that day, and then I just put in that week. Oh yeah, so I organized my wax as well that day, but we also made Rice Krispie treats because we had a whole box of rice bubbles. Well, in Australia we call them rice bubbles, but they are called Rice Krispies here. And we were like, oh, they're fine. They don't have any flavor. So we ended up getting Cocoa Pops to replace them. But we had this whole box of rice bubbles, and we never made Rice Krispie treats before, so we tried it for the first time. And we mixed in chocolate milk chocolate buttons, which just melted throughout in the marshmallow. So I guess they were kind of chocolatey, but it was a very light chocolate. It was like super caramelly. I did brown the butter a little bit as well before I put in everything. I think that really worked out well. We ate them over the next like 4 days, and they were so freaking delicious. We loved them. They're like not a huge thing in Australia. We more are into like chocolate crackles and honey crackles. You can look those up if you want. Honey crackles use Kellogg's. What are they called? The flakes or whatever. But chocolate crackles use rice bubbles to make these little chocolate things in cupcake liners, and they're the best. And some more coconutty. Yeah, not marshmallows. But we did have like this school time treat called LCM bars, which were basically Rice Krispie treats growing up. So it was kind of like that. But it was super fun and tasty. And then we just cooked tacos again, and I read my book, The Stone Sky. I started that. Saturday morning, we started the day by playing with Heidi. Like, we were literally just sitting around the apartment, like, playing with Heidi with her toys and making her run and jump, and she's so cute. She still loves to play so much. And then I put sticker time because I filmed a whole bunch of this. I filmed all the way up to sticker time, basically. So now I'm filming on Sunday. Sunday night. I'm filming maybe Tuesday or Monday. I'm filming later. No, I filmed it on my Monday studio vlog, so I'm filming this on Monday now. I did the laundry. I did meal prep, as in I cooked a whole bunch of chicken. Teddy Bees opened up a pre-order, and I'd never ordered from them before, so I bought some Teddy Bees. So I can't stop buying wax, which is from Kirsten's script sampler. And then we had our movie challenge movie of the week, which was Party Girl, because the prompt was a film featuring borrowing, and both of us had watched The Borrowers, and so we looked up like, oh, what about movies about libraries, because there's going to be borrowing in that. So Party Girl is this weird, like, it's a 90s indie New York film where she's a party girl, and then she becomes a librarian, and there's not like any outright borrowing, but someone mentions that they borrowed a book from her. So we decided that was a win. It was a weird film. It's kind of funny because we never heard of it, and we found it on a Google search for library films. And then the week after we added it to our movie challenge, we saw it got added to Movie Criterion, so the Criterion Collection. So if you want to watch Party Girl, it's on the Criterion Collection, but that was so weird, because we're like, what? We'd never heard this film, and all of a sudden it's on Criterion. Anyway, the same week we find it. Then I just read my book. Then Sunday we spent all day watching a Nintendo Talk stream, which is what I use the Netflix stickers for now that I don't have Netflix. He does like 4 or 5 hour streams, so we just have it on during the day. We ordered groceries. I put new nail stickers on, these really cute purple ones. I'm loving them. Then I had to remop everything because of Heidi. And then I put laundry on, and we tried a new restaurant to us called Yatka Barbecue, and it was legit American barbecue. Like, it was smoked meat and sides of like potato salad and mac and cheese. So delicious, loved it. So that's a new fave for sure. It's expensive, so we probably won't have it a lot, but it was so fun to have like proper barbecue, which I haven't since like I was in Texas, so that was really fun. Finns love American barbecue a lot more than Australians do. I guess we have our own barbecue, so we're not into really that kind of barbecue, but it was really tasty. And then I just worked late, and that is my finished spread. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I think the spread came out so pretty, and something a bit different for winter, like something a bit more like, bright and shiny and colorful. I just love the colors in this. I tried to show you the hollow, but whatever, I give up. But it was an okay week, and then of course the next coming week I've been filming my studio vlog, so you'll see a bit more of that once that video goes up. But otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful week coming up. Stay safe and healthy, and looking forward to Feb, kids. All right, bye.